Okay, once you get up to the middle panel, which I marked with a red here, once you get up to that in your storyboard, you want to see that it all makes sense. So here he is. He starts to pop out of his shell. There he is. Now he's walking. Now he's behind this rock. Now it's pretty easy to just decide what's next. And I'm deviating from my sketch here a little bit, so I don't want him rolling. I want him maybe all the way in his shell. So before I started panning. So maybe right here. So this is the frame I want. So I just move that over, put it into place. And then I'm just going to do this quick panning backwards. Let's have one where it's still contained. Yeah, maybe right there. And then we get into maybe the rolling in, if I even want to do that. So there, and then, let's see. Maybe this frame. So in 9 frames, you should be able to tell the actions of your story. Then I'm going to put white behind it all by filling in a new layer with white. Move that behind everything. And this image is only at 100 pixels per inch. That's important to remember. Then I can crop it to fit my proportions a little bit better. I kind of like to make it look like a Polaroid, so it has more space on the bottom than the top. And I'm going to save this file now. It all lines up with my guides perfectly, and it tells my story. But as I look at it, I want a different frame for this, because I want more of the background to start moving here. Well, or do I? Yeah. So let me look at what layer that is. And I want one a little bit more advanced. Gosh, it does not move quickly. Be here. Yeah, it shows a little bit of movement. But what's nice about doing your storyboard this way, there we go. Just showing a little bit of movement in the background there. Okay. What's nice about doing your storyboard this way is all of your panels are available to you to use, so that you can make this kind of the best thought out comic strip version of your story. Okay, once you have that, you save it as your storyboard. So this is Carl Fry, assignment 5, animation, not stage, but storyboard, because this is a much lower resolution than your finished animation stage. You save it as a PSD for yourself with all these frames, with the middle one indicated. That's how you grew it all. And then you save it as a JPEG to upload. So there's 3 things we are uploading. Your sketch, your GIF animation, and then your refined finished storyboard. All right, let me make sure I have those. And we put them into Photobucket in time to get credit by midnight on the critique day. And then we'll critique these next class. Even though the critique day is today, and I'm holding to that, have something in there today. So I need my sketch, but we'll actually do the presentation critique beginning of next class. Give you a chance to really make them what you want and put them up. I've got my sketch, I've got my GIF, and I've got my finished JPEG. Now Photobucket can be a little glitchy when it comes to animated GIFs. So let's hope for the best. But I tested it, I know it works. Sometimes we have to shrink them a little extra, and I have almost 100 frames. So if it's going to happen to anyone, it's probably going to happen to mine. And it seems to be related to size, but it also seems to be related to how many frames, in my experience. All right, so I'm going to upload mine to instructor demonstrations. I'm going to select all 3 of these. This is the order I want them in. Your sketch. Actually, what order do I want them in? I go back and forth on this. I think I want your sketch, then your animation, and then your finished storyboard. I think that makes sense. So once they're uploaded, you're going to title them with those numbers. Let me see what I've done in the past. In the past, I've been pretty consistent. All right, so we're going to switch that. You're going to do your sketch storyboard, your refined storyboard, and then you're going to end with your animation. And by titling that way, Carl 1, Carl 2, Carl 3, they'll show up in that order within the assignment. Since all of these are Carl, I have to sort them manually. So I start with my sketch. Then my finished storyboard, and then my actual animation. Ah, but you see, last semester I switched it around. I have no consistency, but I'm going to keep it that way. All right. Very good. And then we are done, and we get to start thinking about the next project in vectors. So how will it all show together? This is a new file format. GIFs are reduced to only 256 colors, but because they're so small, they can use a lot of other memory, such as animation scripts. So the GIF will look a little bit choppy, a little bit grainy. You'll get some pixel rows slipping every once in a while. But the beauty of it is it's a small file that you're able to play online and share. And if it loops, then it'll just keep playing forever. Now the project that we would print for this for our portfolio is the refined storyboard. And that is this. And you can see the colors. For some reason, Photobucket always makes reds look really strong, the RGB reds. But it's also that the GIF is not going to have as much of a color range as your actual Photoshop file, which is why we save the animation as a Photoshop file first before we downsample it. And here you can see the story, pretty much told as it was envisioned with just a few alterations. So instead of having the character roll all the way back, I just leave the character, pan back across it, and then show him rolling in. All right. That'll do it. Hope it was fun.